Yo, what's good everyone, it's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today I'm joined by Lenley. Welcome in, Len. How's it going?
What's good, Zigzag? It's everyone here.
Oh,
I'm glad to be in the video.
very true. It's Len and everyone in the comment section. I'm reading them, don't worry. Okay, so in today's video, I've devised a 1 versus 1 challenge. We're going to be playing no moving, panning, or zooming as usual, but we are going to be playing a map that's unofficial coverage and can be literally every single country in the world. So we're talking North Korea being possible. We're talking Sudan. We're talking Paraguay, all those countries that you don't normally see on Geoguessr. Len, how are you feeling about it?
Honestly, I've never practiced this, so I think it will be very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. Geoguessr pros don't normally dip their toes into countries that don't appear on Street View. But yeah, let's get straight into it. It's going to be best of 3. Let's do it. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, guys. Also, Len is going to be posting his POV in German. So check that out, of course. And let's go here. We got 10,000 health and it's best of 3. What is going to go down on round number 1 here? Okay. Ruta de evacuación. So that is Spanish. This feels very like Central America. We have short license plates. The pole is really tall. If anything, it feels like Costa Rica, Panama to me. Number plates don't particularly look Panamanian. So yeah, I'm just going to go Costa Rica. I feel like it's really good. And we are now spectating Len, although it's taking a while to load because my internet's kind of shot at the moment. Well, we'll see where it was. Len's also gone for Costa Rica, and we are slightly closer there. I don't know, I just hedged in the middle. I probably should have gone for something more coastal, because it did kind of feel that way, but we are coming out on top of round number 1. This is interesting. So super grainy road. Vegetation looks, I mean, it looks like it should be Southeast Asian, right? These bollards here are kind of like the Thai / Malay / Indonesian style. Is this like Vietnam somehow? Maybe it is. I feel like that actually works. Does Vietnam use a white center line or a yellow? I actually haven't learned that yet, to be honest with you guys. I think I'm gonna go Vietnam. I think it is Vietnam. I don't know. I'm feeling good about that. He's in Myanmar. Maybe that actually makes more sense. Where is it actually? Okay, it was actually Laos. Wow. Oh, I forgot Laos actually uses a white center line. Cannot remember what Vietnam uses, but by landscape, I guess it was a better guess as well. Don't really know what Burma looks like too much, to be fair. This is interesting, like French style, kind of waffle-ish poles. Longer plates for sure, but hard to make out exactly what's going on. 2 ideas here, of course, just North Africa and Middle East. I know you get these kind of poles in Iran, for example, though I think this is maybe even a bit too dry and a bit too flat for Iran. Probably leaning more towards like a Libya idea. Algeria, Morocco, something like that. Is that a blue strip on the plate? It's really hard to say. Feels like there might be a blue strip on that plate. I feel like they do that in Iran. This car also almost looks like communist, so what's the flattest part of Iran here? You do get some flat parts. I want to hedge here. Wait, no, I'm gonna go Iran. Crazy switch at the end here. Oh my gosh, it was a really flat part of Iran. Nice guess, nice guess. Like last second panics normally do not work. I do not recommend doing that, but worked out nicely for us there at least. Okay, this really looks like Panama. It just feels so much like all the Panama coverage we get in Geoguessr, so I'm thinking we're there, to be honest with you. And the fact that we have like kind of east, northeast mountains also makes a great deal of sense, I would say. So I'm just gonna go straight in here. Okay, let's see where it actually was. Ah, and it was just Costa Rica between us there. 45 points. Okay, next one here. Wow, that's a Costa Rican plate. Pretty sure of it. Well, seems like we've seen a lot of Costa Rica. That's very interesting indeed. Oh, wow. It was Pakistan. And we definitely saw it being Costa Rica. Len told me to guess Paris just because he didn't see anything. Next one. We're at 1.6 times multis, by the way. This is fascinating. What am I looking at? Almost looks like North America, but the road's probably a bit too poor. We definitely have a yellow center line. Is this the US? I'm just trying to think if we had any countries that have official Street View. I'm not really sure about this map. If it also has countries that have official Street View. Like these pole tops are also weird. Yellow center line for sure. The sun? Not really visible. I'm actually gonna go Nevada. Is that crazy? No, this curve doesn't look American. I don't know where this is then. It was China. Of course it was China. Yeah, the yellow center line did not really make much sense for Middle East for me, even though that I think is a better guess than mine. But yeah, China makes perfect sense. Wow. I mean, the poles were completely unfamiliar. Okay, this looks very Brazilian. But if I'm noticing a pattern about this map, it definitely includes a lot more locations that aren't official Street View countries. So my idea is that this might be like Guyana, Suriname, French Guinea, right? Could also be Venezuela. But if anything, it really looks like Roraima, so I'm thinking of maybe just Guyana here. This is also populated as well. Could it just be Brazil? Yes. I'm gonna say it's not. I'm gonna trust my meta, and with that information, I think I will go Guyana. Okay, he's in Suriname, and it is actually just in Brazil. Okay, nice to know the theory's wrong. It actually does include countries that are in Street View. It just happened to not do that yet, which is kind of interesting. This is very Asian feeling. Oh, that's a Vietnamese flag. Okay. Reddish soil, kind of a south vibe to me if I had to say, but I'm not too sure. A lot of bamboo going on. I'm gonna guess around Ho Chi Minh City, but yeah, that's an interesting house though. Maybe I should actually just hedge more. I think I just hedge more here because I'm not really good at Vietnam. It is the north. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, 4.4k damage. Well, Len had to prepare for the World Cup. I didn't. So my cope is that he probably knows quite a bit more about Vietnam than I do at this stage, but I will eventually learn. This has got massive West Africa vibes in my opinion. Long dashes on the outside. Looks reminiscent of Senegal. So I do want another country that was, you know, colonized by the French here. So Malay maybe. This is probably too green for that though. So Ivory Coast. I think I'm gonna hit it with an Ivory Coast here. Yeah, let's go for that. Oh, wow. It was Ivory Coast and we both got it. That's pretty impressive, actually. I'm proud of us. Okay, this is surely China. Yeah, this is definitely China. I'm very confident about that. He's going to get it too, I imagine. Whereabouts in China? It's a huge country. We can lose a lot of points here, even if we are somewhat correct. It looks like the stands, right? We could definitely guess over here, but is that a bit foolhardy is my concern. We're probably better in like a king high. I think I'm going to do that. Curious to see where Len goes. Okay, Len is also in China. He's going to opt for, yeah, much further east or much further west than me. And okay, it was all the way by the stands. I literally exactly clicked there. I should have known to go out there though, because we didn't see any people. This reminds me of Yerevan. Yeti Hostel. That's in Russian though. Not sure then. Probably just gonna go Dagestan here. No, you'd probably go Bishkek, would you, or what? I don't know. No, wow, it was Tajikistan. They were a lot closer. Nice. Great last second switch. We do a bunch of damage. Okay, it turns into a close duel. I think if I had more time, could have done that potentially, but Kazakhstan's also a pretty legit guess, I would say. This is interesting. Like American style pole, driving left though. Well, it could just be overtaking. Where's the steering wheel? Steering wheel is on the right, so left-hand drive, yeah. I would imagine this is a Pacific island. Interesting pole, like looks very American influenced. This country looks very American influenced. Solomon Islands? Honiara, maybe? No, because that's like too much of an American pole. This is probably Caribbean. No idea which country. I'm gonna hedge them. It might be Jamaica though. I'm worried about Jamaica. I'm gonna hedge these ones over here. Okay, nice, wow. Complete random hedge. I'm on Guadalupe. They probably don't even drive left, but it works out for us nicely. Okay, now we are back in the lead. I did not think we would be back in the lead on this duel, but here we are. AS Motors. Auto Service. Interesting. We got people playing football. It looks very Balkan. Black back of the sign. This is surely like Kosovo. But no, I don't think the language is Kosovar. So maybe Bosnia. Does that look Bosnian? No idea. Tuzla? Might go Tuzla here. Hard round. I don't know. I think I'm happy with Bosnia. We'll see. Okay, it was Kosovo after all. I did not think it looked... Whoa. The decimal went crazy there. Get an action replay on that.
We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look. He's had a look at it.
We do win the duel. It definitely seems to be places that don't have Street View. So even when we're in Brazil, it was a place that didn't have Street View. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go chat to Len about the first one. We go up 1-0 in the series. Good game on the first one.
Good game. I sent a little bit too early. I was like, after I sent, I was, oh, it's just Italy. Black Steinbeck, Northern architecture. And then I was like, oh, wait, actually the language is definitely not Italian.
Yeah. It was Vis. I get the feeling, I've never played this map before, but I get the feeling that this is locations that don't have Street View. Because even the Brazil we got was in a place that doesn't have Street View, right?
Yeah, could be.
I think that's the theme.
We can switch it up.
Yeah, let's play for the next one, Geoguessr in 2069, which is a more well-known. Okay, let's go for the next one. Okay, guys, 6k health for this next one. Len suggested we bump it down. Let's see how it goes. First one here is really difficult. This lamp over here, this kind of thicker lamp looks very North American to me. You typically see this in like Mexico and stuff, so think in that kind of region. Probably not Mexico itself with this pole, but maybe like a Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua here. I like that, yeah. I'm gonna opt for a El Salvador guess, yeah. Ooh, Martinique. Interesting guess there. Could be. Yeah, nice guess. Dominican Republic there. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, they do use that lamp a lot in Dominican Republic. It completely slipped my mind that it might be there. Nice guess by Len. Okay, next one here. Super red soil. We've got... See, what are these? Are these Buddhist or Hindu? No, it is Buddhist. We can see the kind of thing that you typically get in Thailand. So this is probably Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, something like that. Pretty big hills in the background. It actually might be Cambodia. This soil is super red, right? I think it's more likely to be Cambodia here. I don't know. I'll leave it close to Thailand because it could also be like Kanchanaburi kind of region here. Okay, it was actually Laos again. Laos is really tricky. But yeah, we do a bit of damage there. Indochina region has been good to us, but not necessarily because we were guessing well. Next one here, that's definitely a Philippines flag, and these buildings are super Philippines architecture, I would say. Buildings probably look a little further north, but this kind of tree here over to the left is typically found on the South Island, so I'm going to trust that instead. I don't think it says where it is, but typically around Butuan City, you see a lot of these, so I'm just going to kind of go in that general direction and hope for the best here. He's a bit further north, and yeah, we are really close there. Yeah, those trees are actually really nice. They're kind of like wide canopy African-looking trees. Definitely recommend you guys learn those ones if you can. Next one here is Europe. You can tell that by the wall here. This looks like northern Italy, maybe Slovenia, Austria to me. Might hedge those three countries, I think. The road's kind of poor quality. That's leading me away from Italy. I feel like Italian roads are really quite good most of the time. But yeah, I like that area. So I'm just gonna guess right here, I think. Wow, really nice guess. It was actually Switzerland there. Really poor road for Switzerland, I would say. Talking about countries with good roads, surely Switzerland is one of the top ones. Some damage back onto us. Wow, it's really even. I thought we were doing better than that. This is, what? Fake roofs. This is a really interesting architecture. Looks very Asian. White number plate. This is surely Thailand, but I've never seen a roof like that in Thailand. Steering wheel's on the right. So it's a left-hand drive country, so that feels good. Yeah, I think this is Thailand, no? Yeah, it is. I'm pretty certain. I'm just like very worried about this one house, which just looks strange. The rest of them look Thai. Okay, Len agrees. Are we gonna guess the exact same spot here? Oh my gosh, and I was so close. That's hilarious. 300 points of damage. Okay, next one here. Wow, this is familiar though. Yeah, this met with the mountain. I think I have had this round before in a video. Fortunately, I don't exactly remember where it was, but it's gotta be Nepal, Bhutan, Northeast India. Where was it though, guys? North Mountains? I definitely had this round. I'm gonna feel bad if I win off it. I think it was India. I think it was like up here somewhere. But look, we're both on 4,000 points, so it shouldn't be too devastating here. He's gonna get the country. I'm gonna let him guess first at least. He guesses. That's good. It could still be Nepal. 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a fine guess. Where was it actually? Okay, yeah, it was. I kind of remembered it being up there, but couldn't be sure. It's 1,000 points. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Could this be Indonesia or Malaysia? I thought this might be like a Malaysian sticker on the pole, but these houses look way more Indonesian. And if it's Indonesia, presumably Java, right? Like, specifically this kind of architecture really reminds me of Java. This tiled roof here. I'm not 100% sure, though. This could still definitely be like a Vietnam or something, if I'm wrong. Trees, I think you do get these ones in Indonesia. Yeah, probably more likely to be Indonesia than Vietnam. I think I'll just go Central Java here. I don't know, I could be wrong. Okay, he's in the same area. And it was West Java. Okay, nice. Doing a bit more chip damage there. Okay, next one. Africa, clearly. I mean, this roof style here looks a lot like Nigeria, but also specifically like Rwanda. So I think it's going to be a Rwanda adjacent country, almost certainly. That sign looks like it's set up for the left, though. As you're driving up here, that would be on the left instead of the right. Obviously, Rwanda drives right-hand side of the road. So now I'm wondering, could this be Uganda or maybe even just like Tanzania near Rwanda and Burundi? Potentially so. It's like really new development as well. It's quite sus. I don't know. I'm gonna go here on Lake Victoria, but in Tanzania, because I don't think it's Rwanda with that sign. And okay, it was Rwanda. Why though? 1.5k damage. It's kind of a steep price to pay. But yeah, to be fair, Len agreed. No, he's actually in Uganda. So yeah, I guess that's a really nice guess. Okay, next one here. Looks Southeast Asian to me with this kind of, I mean, whatever's going on here. These trees, though, you do get them in Africa quite a bit as well. Is this Malaysia, is what I'm thinking. I just wonder that because it looks like we do have oil palms here. I feel like this kind of tree is also pretty common in Malaysia as well. I don't know, it's maybe just a bit too dry, though. That's my only concern. Maybe I would actually consider hedging this side between the two Malaysias. Blue and yellow. You do get a lot of blue and yellow motifs, specifically in North Maluku, in terms of their paint jobs on stuff. If this is North Maluku, that's really hard, though. I feel like with so many oil palms in the background, I wouldn't guess there, but it could be. I'm just gonna go here. I feel like this is pretty safe to stay in the game unless he somehow nails it. I don't see him nailing this. I feel like this is hard. I'm gonna go here. Where did he go? He also ocean hedged. Oh, nice guess, to be fair. 2.5 times damage, almost enough to take me out. 600 points left. Okay, this is a round pole. I feel like we saw similar stuff in Bosnia, maybe. Am I crazy? I don't know. Bosnia should snow quite a bit in the mountains, so that could make sense. We've got tiled roofs. Tiled roofs to the Balkans obviously makes sense. Round pole. I think it all checks out. I'm gonna go Bosnia here. But I could see this being like Bulgaria as well. Len's in a similar area. He's thinking of Croatia. I don't know if the architecture quite feels Croatian to me. I think I like my guess better here. Oh, it's even North Macedonia. We're significantly closer though. 1.7k. Another nail biter of a jewel here. Okay, wow. Oh, and this is like a pretty easy round. So it's now just, with the multipliers at 3.1, it's kind of in the balance here. But with the yellow water tanks in this architecture, we should be between Bengaluru and Chennai, like this kind of area here. With that pole top, I would suppose the Karnataka idea is more likely, but we have a lot of coconut palms, so it does make life kind of tough here. I think it's probably just too many coconut palms for me to be confident going right in Bengaluru. I'm gonna go here. Oh, he's all opposite side. Oh wow, it was just there. I did not really realize they had yellow water tanks this side as well. Normally I thought they kind of only as east as Bengaluru, but the jewels is gonna go all the way to 3, so that's fun. Let's go back and chat to Len. GG.
GG's.
Nicely played. I mean, it was like very nice and back and forth. Good guesses from both of us, I would say.
I agree. I think it's actually easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is. Back into it. 1-1. Let's see who wins. Good luck. Okay, here we go. 2 close jewels behind us. And our first one here. Wow. Double wooden pole over there is interesting. So sun appears to be to the north. Okay, that would be a huge clue. That could maybe make me believe we were in like Bolivia, Argentina here. Chile? Yeah, it could be Chile. Maybe it is Chile, but the wooden poles. That's the only concern for Chile. I might go max South Bolivia here because everything like looks perfect. I would go Chile were it not for the wooden poles, but yeah, oh wow. So he's thinking the Middle East. It may well be. The bicycle makes more sense for Middle East, to be fair. Oh wow, and he went Namibia after all. Oman it was. Oman literally came to mind with the double wooden poles. That is a country where you'd see those much more often. I guess he also knows the sun, which is why he switched. These houses look quite European. Obviously we know it's Turkey because of the poles. I'm thinking this is like quite far west, but then again, look at the landscape. It's pretty sparse. So I think it's just around Ankara then. With architecture in this landscape, yeah, I think it's nearby Ankara. Okay, we both guessed Ankara. Nice guess by Len. Next one here, Réunion Island, maybe? Some French island? No, we have a Portuguese plate. Okay, so is it Azores or is it Madeira? I think it's Azores. And more specifically, I think it's this island or one of the ones near this one. Is it? Or is it this one? No, I think it's this one where you get the rock walls more, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna go this island. Let's be a bit fun. Let's go this one up here. Okay, he went down that one. Okay, it was even further west there. If I saw that one, I might have tried it. But to be honest, like, I just wanted to guess where all the main islands are. Okay, decent damage. We're in the lead. Next one here. Ooh, this is surely Brazil. It definitely looks like Brazil, but the soil is very brown, which makes me think it still could be like Colombia or Venezuela or maybe even Mexico. Yeah, the soil is just not quite Brazilian enough, right? I think that's true. I don't really think I see them painting trees like that in Mexico too often, guys. In which case, it might be crazy, but I'm gonna go Venezuela on the border with Colombia here. Nah, this is a stupid guess, I think. Wow, Guatemala. Oh, even El Salvador. Okay, interesting. Even guesses there. Ecuador's an interesting call. I think both of our guesses were kind of subpar there, but it was really hard to think of what it would be. Okay, this is West Africa, or really Saharan Africa, surely, with these kind of buildings. Saharan Africa is a huge place, and I don't really think we have any reliable ways to know which side it would be. I think more people live in the west part of it, so I'm thinking of just like a good old Timbuktu send here, you know what I mean? Maybe a Nema in Mauritania? Nah, probably not populated enough. I'm gonna go Nara, though, because it looks a lot like Senegal. This could easily be Senegal. Okay, maybe I even want to go further. I'm gonna go Dima in Mali. Okay, he goes a lot further east, and it was a lot further east. Wow, it was Cameroon. Yeah, I don't really have any way to distinguish that from that, because to me it looked quite a lot like Senegal. Nice guess from Len. Good hedge. And the next one here, snowy. Looks like the stands, right? Tons of poplar trees. You do get a lot of poplar trees in like Kyrgyzstan, for example. So I'm thinking this is probably like Kyrgyzstan, China, Tajikistan, something like that. Jalalabad region? Feels pretty good, to be honest. I like that. Oh yeah, you can see the houses in the background really fit. Like, it's gonna be somewhere here for sure. I just don't know which country. Like Kazakhstan works, Uzbekistan works. Seems like Len's agreeing with me anyway. Okay, we end up in pretty similar areas here. Okay, whereabouts is it? Oh, wow, really nice guesses from us. I cannot believe we had the entire globe. That was a very nondescript round, and we ended up basically both getting it correct, but in the wrong country, both of us. Okay, next one here. Is this Indonesia? I think so, but whereabouts is really hard to me. It can just be anywhere here, guys. Oh, that's really frustrating. It feels very wild in a way that makes me want to go Kalimantan here. Doesn't look like it's a Java number plate. I'm satisfied it's not Java. No idea. No bloody clue. But I think Kalimantan is the one that it looks the most like. So I'm going to commit to that. I'm just worried about Sumatra here. Obviously, you always have to be worried about Sumatra when you're going Kalimantan, basically. He agrees. And wow, it was South Kalimantan. If anything, guys, I actually think his guess is where I wanted to go in my heart of hearts, but I just chose to go closer to the middle. But yeah, we got a nice guess there. Pretty impressed that we both got the right region, though. But to be fair, it's in the middle of the country. Okay, Sisa. It says Sisa. Let's exit full screen. So that looks like it might be Indonesian again, I would say. Indonesian, Malaysian, maybe? Looks like we're using metal poles here. Architecture is kind of weird. Wow, look at that, though. Look at this architecture here. That is really weird. Definitely driving left. Perfect blue water out there. Or is that a roof? I don't know. I'm gonna go like here. I have no idea, guys. What the heck is this? Oh, wow. Yes, let's go. It was West Papua. It just had like the weirdest vibes out there. GG. Nice. Okay, a bit of Indonesia. I'm not really good at Indonesia on Geoguessr, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that guess. Like, it just had the vibe of being something weird out here. Because that architecture, I mean, that probably actually would be a good clue if it had Street View, but obviously West Papua does not and probably won't get Google Street View. Okay, let's say GG. GG, bro. Well played.
Well played. Nice guess in the end.
Thank you. I was completely thrown by the architecture, so I chose to guess a part of Indonesia where I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like, yeah, it did look different. But
I was like almost gonna go like Highlands, Malaysia or something as well, just because the architecture was like,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, I just saw one Sumatra palm and a bunch of taro plants on the left. Good metas for Sumatra.
Luckily, I had no idea as well about those metas. They weren't there for me to get tempted, you know. Well, guys, if you speak German, go ahead and check out Lens. Likewise, auf Englisch on meine Kanal. Thanks for watching.